What I am going to tell you now is very crucial. If I said the whole thing running behind, then my channel would be removed permanently. From the moment we born, we have observed that milk has a greater portion of our daily essential food. We start the day with milk, use its byproducts in breakfast, intake its derivatives throughout our day, have a snack with its flavor, and we take it unconsciously every single day. Because we all have been told that milk is healthy. Yet, the truth is we all are intaking poison. In this video, I am going to discuss the shocking information about milk and its byproducts. Make sure to watch till the end. If you are new here, then subscribe. We bring some amazing informative videos about our lives. Without any further ado, let's emerge into the video. Before you understand about milk, you need to understand about yourself first. The person you are physically is determined by the root of your evolution, which means you are a human being who is a result of millions of years of evolution. In short, you are what your forefathers ate and grew. Which makes a clear point that we are what we eat. In food, a healthy food measure is calculated by the time of food invention. The longer the period of invention, the healthier the food is. For example, if a food is invented 1,000 years or 10,000 years ago, then this is a pretty latest food, and which is not healthy. In the evolution point of view, 1,000 or 10,000 years is just a blink of an eye. 1. Why is milk not healthy? Here's a fun fact for you. Humans are the only species who drink milk from other species. No other species does this on the entire Earth. We all are drinking milk from a mammal which is its own way of living. As we humans are mammals, let's first compare ourselves with other mammals. Humans and other mammals like cow, buffalo, goat, donkey, etc. have one same characteristic and behavior. That is, motherhood and breastfeeding to the offspring. When an offspring is born, then it doesn't have the capacity to eat food. So, in order to get enough strength and capacity to grow, mother's milk comes into play, and it will have the highest amount of nutrients, proteins and all other needed things for an infant. The process of breastfeeding is continued till the offspring gets teeth and ability to eat food. You might say, whoa. Well then, what's the point of being unhealthy here? You just said all positive points. Yeah, the real problem starts now. Have you ever seen a young or an adult mammal drinking milk except humans? No, right? Well, humans don't drink their mother's milk after they grow up, but we start to drink other species' milk, which is totally worse. Here's how it becomes worse. Each species has its own composition and requirements of their health. Which means milk of one species is solely designed for itself. Milk always changes according to the requirements of their offspring. This is the main point which most people are not aware of. As the offspring grows, the requirements of its body changes from time to time, as it helps in developing organs and other parts of the body. Likewise, the milk also changes. Milk is not necessary for us. We humans intake milk from cows and other mammals, which is not good for our stomach and pancreas. The amount of lactose in milk and dairy products can slow down our pancreas working, and the worst part is we drink milk produced in a farm. I will explain about it in a moment. Here is a noteworthy point. Unfortunately, some of that white color in milk comes from white blood cells produced by the cow's immune system to fight infections, especially those of bacterial origin. The dairy industry calls this as somatic cells and refers to their presence as the somatic cell count, SCC. One 8-ounce glass of milk, 240 milliliters, can contain 180 million white blood cells and still be fine for you to drink and feed to your family. Yet prepare for the worst, because milk from another species is creating trouble. But when we see the other part of this, these white blood cells which are included in the milk is even more harmful for intake. 2. How it started. While cattle were domesticated as early as 12,000 years ago as a food source and as beasts of burden, in the last century or so, larger farms specializing in dairy alone have emerged. Large-scale dairy farming is only viable where either a large amount of milk is required for production of more durable dairy products, such as cheese, butter, etc., The process of milk farming started to evolve. Hand milking, vacuum bucket milking, milking pipeline, milking parlors, and fully automated robotic milking. As the process of milk extraction evolved, the milk also started to become more toxic. The natural lifespan for dairy cows is 20 to 25 years. But under modern conditions, these animals are lucky to make it to age 4. Yes, it's right, as cows are raised in an extreme environment where they have to produce milk all the time. In order to produce more milk, they are injected by some hormone activators, which leads them to lose their lifespan. As a result, they produce toxic substances along with their milk. 3. Calcium myth. Our ancestors didn't drink milk, and even though they were very strong and healthy, it's we who are weak and unhealthy. What we have been told for years was totally wrong. Milk doesn't help in gaining calcium, nor it improves our bone weight. It acts quite opposite. Milk is the main responsible for decreasing our bone density. Milk is acidic in nature, and when we intake, then our stomach has to balance that acidic nature. In that process, our body derives calcium from bones, which helps in normalizing the acidic nature. As this whole process is going on in your stomach, then you might experience a bloating stomach or a sense of heaviness. Now, you might start to acknowledge some incidents. Animal protein, which milk is packed with, can cause calcium loss. 4. Disease. Long list of diseases that milk consumption has been linked to: irritability, restlessness, hyperactivity, muscle pain, mental depression, abdominal pain, cramps or bloating, gas, diarrhea, bad breath, headaches, lack of energy, constipation, poor appetite, malabsorption of nutrients, nasal stuffiness, runny nose, sinusitis, asthma, shortness of breath, rashes, eczema, hives, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, diabetes, lymphoma, osteoporosis, acne, Crohn's disease, salmonella, leukemia, lung cancer, and a plethora of other diseases and symptoms. So, if milk is so bad, why do so many trust it? In 2004, the Dairy Management Company, with Paul Rovey, the chairman of Dairy Management Incorporated, planned to spend $162,300,000 on their marketing plan to increase demand for milk products. Mr. Rovey spent this money to influence educators and health organizations, which clearly states that everything which we are told is healthy is actually a well-planned marketing strategy to increase the consumption so that they could get more profits. 5. A chain of food products. Milk is famous for its byproducts. These are known as dairy products: butter, cheese, yogurt, cream, heavy cream, sour cream, etc., ice cream, whey, casein. Milk and milk-based products are added into everything from granola bars to mayonnaise, non-dairy coffee creamers, and margarine. Some of the most surprising foods on the dairy products list that have milk that may be shocking include hot dogs, chicken nuggets, tomato sauces, potato chips, vinaigrette dressing, spaghettios, fish sticks, chicken broth, chewing gum, tuna. This is truly why it's so important to read labels. You have no idea how much big industry people are running by keeping milk as a source and its byproducts. Unconsciously, they are feeding you all the time. By keeping milk as a source, some new food products also emerged, like milk flavors, powders, tea, coffee, milkshakes, creams, and many more. There's a whole chain of dairy products in which we all are trapped. 6. Final message. If you want to live a healthy and energetic life, then it's better to avoid every single dairy product and be conscious about what you are taking in. 99.99% of our ancestors lived without any need of dairy products throughout the evolution by just eating natural vegetables and fruits. A good food is far more enough to get enough nutrients, proteins, calcium, etc. Because we humans can eat and all we need is available. Here are some references from which I got these data. Medicine.medscape.com. Virgin Diet by J.J. Virgin. The Food Revolution by John Robbins. The Dairy Delusion by Eric Edmeades. I would recommend the Dairy Delusion book. It's just 30 pages book, yet it gives a lot of information. I will meet you in the next video. Until then, be aware of these food industries.